One of the most memorable soca tracks that resonates in my mind for 2015. I have to say, welcome inside Ricardo Drue.
Good morning.
The vagabond himself, who always
boy.
seems so collective and soft-spoken. A totally different transformation when you are not performing. That's normally your demeanor.
Yeah. Most times
Quiet
I'm reserved.
and
You know.
reserved.
Yeah, I like to scope out things, and most times my brain is just going like that. I'm always looking for the next thing, the next opportunity.
Yes.
You know.
Welcome to 96 number one, no stranger, of course.
It's good to be here, man. Of course,
Now,
always.
I'm very interested to find out what has changed and what has developed from your title this year to now. What are some of the drastic changes that has taken place so far? If
Wow.
any.
2015. It is and has been a blessed year for me. And my entire team. Don't mind I sound a little congested. I had some allergies this morning.
Right.
It's been a great year. We went back to Antigua. We retained our 2015 crown. So we are still the reigning. And when I say we, I refer to me and the team.
The team.
We are still the reigning party monarch or soca monarch of Antigua. We did first runner up this time. Last year it was second runner up. This year was first runner up in the Groovy, and we did first runner up in Road March as well. We had a couple things, and then we touched some places in the world that I have never visited this year.
Were you surprised too, saying that some people, these parts that you would think didn't even know about soca or wasn't interested?
Yeah. The other day I went to Belize that weekend before.
How was that experience?
That was a movie. That was definitely an experience to me. Like I went there and I saw a lot of Spanish people and a lot of people that I didn't really expect to be so involved in soca. I mean, it was myself, Kes, and Destra.
Right.
And from the time we touched the stage, they were singing songs
word for word. Really?
Word.
Wow,
I mean,
that's nice.
Some people that might not have been able to speak English is only speaking Spanish fluently.
Yeah.
They dealing with the vagabond, and you feel like, oh, there. I said, what? It gave me. I hadn't taken off my shirt in a while. I had to take off my shirt.
I'm sure the ladies weren't disappointed in that one. Yeah. So where else have you visited during? Well, I should say after your crown that you really didn't expect that connection to be made.
Well, besides Belize, we went to the Bahamas. We went to Cayman Islands. We went to Notting Hill Carnival this year.
Right.
And I've been planning to go to Notting Hill for the last 5 years. Every year I'm like, I'm going Notting Hill. Right. And it's always nothing for me.
So how was that experience though?
That was definitely that. For me, it shows the appreciation of our culture outside of what we're accustomed to. You see a bunch of people that love and appreciate the culture and they go out.
I always have to ask that question too, because do you think that, yes, Trinidad is your home, Antigua as well, I have to say it's the second home, but because people are living outside and don't have that connection all the time, that they long for that music, you feel they love more?
They appreciate the culture and they appreciate the artistry a lot more. And I'm not saying that we don't, but I'm saying it's something that's always in our face, so we take it for granted.
That's right.
You understand?
Right.
But these people, like, you'll have people that go out to London and have a full London accent, but as soon as they find somebody from Trinidad or Antigua, hey boy, what's the scene?
Yeah, I could attest to that.
And it's just a different vibe. It's crazy, and the music they appreciate. I put up an Instagram video of what they did to Palance. And I literally tell you, in this little narrow street, it probably had more than 4,000 or 5,000 people.
Right.
And when they rock, you could almost feel it on the truck. I mean, it was crazy. I mean, so many people shared that video because they didn't expect London to have that kind of vibe. But it's because they appreciate it.
Right. Wow. Well, you have been releasing music for quite some time.
Yes.
You've been in the industry for quite some time as well. And with the great success, I have to say, with Vagabond, sometimes artists who have had successes you'd have find it difficult to match that success or make a song that is going to be as big as that. Do you think you're going to find difficulty in that, or you're just going to try to put out your best and see what can happen? You also have to feel out from your circle and what people feeling as well.
To be honest with you, Vagabond will always be Vagabond. And the minute I start chasing a Vagabond, I'll always be following Vagabond.
Right.
You understand? So I have to now find different mediums and different lanes for me to fall in. I mean, of course, staying true to my style and just trying to be a little unique and different in my own way. So I do not believe that we will not be able to find a song that's going to be compatible to the people, or you know, a song that the people will enjoy. I believe that we will, and we have found quite a few. And you know, right now is just to put it out to the people and show them what we have. Over this summer, we had a successful song that transferred from Antigua into Barbados, which is my song, my current single, Professional. Which we're seeing some great success across the world for it. And you know, a lot of people were like, "Yeah, boy, we didn't think you would have come with anything, you know." And it's good to see that you're still putting out music, and you're still putting out good music. So so far so good.
So far so good. Yeah. I mean, even after Vagabond as well, you know, everybody who didn't know Ricardo Drue before knows him now. Definitely. And you have to put the name out there. And I just want to touch on a little bit, you know, in terms of marketing and getting your music out there, and within the culture of being an artist in Trinidad and Tobago. You know, the whole game in North America is completely different. Everybody goes about it differently. What do you think that some of the downfalls in terms of getting your music out there and marketing yourself as an artist, some of the do's and don'ts?
The don'ts is just to put out your music and expect people to just have it. I mean, you know how much DJs approach me and say, "Boy, you know how much music I trying to get from Antigua, but they just don't send it." You know, they just feel like we're supposed to go
have it and just automatically search for it. And
in order for you to survive in this business, in this, especially this soca fraternity, it's all about your connect. It's all about your reach. And I'm fortunate enough. I actually have one of my managers is the CEO for RhythmStream.com, which is, you know, he does the emails.
I get all the emails.
And all the blasters on top.
So he understands that dynamic. So where I might fall short, he
picks up.
No pun intended with the show. But he picks up, and then I have another manager. I have two managers on my team, which one deals with one thing and he deals with another. So it just kind of makes things flow a little bit better. But I think the do's are social media is a very, very important aspect in our career right now. What 5 years ago you put out a song and you have to go and handman CD and this and that. You don't have to do that again. Take a link, share it. You share it through WhatsApp, and you don't be afraid to share your stuff. Don't be afraid to market you what you're spending money to record it for, what you're spending money to produce it for. You have to get it out there, and you have to be hungry for it. If you feel you're going to put out a song and a man just going and say, "Hey, that bad," and then he going and do this. I mean, sometimes it does happen, but not all the time. You have to be hungry for it. Look, we do hats, we do shirts, we do this, we do that. Which, by the way, we have some gifts for y'all.
Okay, great. We love gifts.
You know,
always.
we just try to take a different approach in our marketing, a more personal approach, so people could be like, "Yeah, boy, you know, Ricardo is talking to me. He's bringing this for me. He's singing about me." And
stamp your name there, and always let them remember it. You know, you brought up the topic of management, and this it was interesting because a couple of weeks ago on social media, the topic was brought up that somebody should have a song buzzing or some kind of vibes already building before they look to get a manager. Some people were disputing that and saying that, you know, just because you put out any old song that immediately you want a manager and people don't want to put any work. Do you think having a manager or that team is imperative for your career?
I believe having a strong team is important in your career, yes. Now, given the struggles that I have gone through, I went through that same thing. You know, you didn't really need a manager right now, dog, because you ain't really saying nothing right now. So, you know, by the time when you have a big tune, then you could,
that's what
you know. But I disagree. I disagree because, you know, maybe you might need somebody to mold you and put you in the right direction. Maybe if it's
the
not
links, everything,
giving you the right links. Sham and Kareem, they have been around me for the last 7 years. You know, struggling, putting out their own money, sometimes falling out. I want my money back. You know, and it's because of that foundation that they laid for me that I have been able to kind of step up, not only with them, but with Roy Cape All Stars. They served as one of my management teams as well. You know, putting me on the right platforms, introducing me to the right people, showing me the right things to do. And as an artist, if you're doing that all on your own, sometimes you'll have to
You
learn
fall
the
short too,
hard way
Yeah.
when you're doing the wrong things. And when you're doing the wrong things, if you learn it the hard way, you might blow something up that might never be able to piece back together.
Yeah.
So I think it's important to have
Because
one.
you hear a lot of people talking about a lot of mishaps in terms of poor management
Yeah.
and stealing money and not paying attention to gigs and all of these sort of bacchanal and drama. But I think somebody on their own, as you mentioned, cannot do it on their own.
Yeah.
You need, I think a manager is almost like a relationship. It's a marriage. You have to be on the same page. It has to have that niche. And if you find that, I think it's always going to be an advantage.
Yeah. And especially if the person is going to look out for you.
Yeah.
But another issue that a lot of artists face is that as soon as they feel they have a manager, they feel they can rock back.
But
Yeah.
He could deal with all the money.
Yes,
He could deal with all the
yeah.
gigs. He could deal with all the... If you don't have
And educate yourself
yes,
as well.
yeah. If you don't have a clear understanding of what's going on with your business will
It's
always
yours.
be... It will always fall flat. So my team, we always try to make sure that I have a clear understanding of what's going on and they have a clear understanding of what's going on, and we just make sure we mesh as good as possible.
All right. Future projects.
Yeah, boy. Well, currently we are pushing this single right now, which is Professional. And we are receiving good feedback about it, so we're pushing all the way down to Miami, and then shortly after that we'll be releasing a project with First Class. Then we'll be releasing a project with Andrew Hits Philip. I actually have two projects.
So you're trying different producers. Yeah.
And
Everybody has a different feel, a different taste. Yeah.
And then, of course, Vagabond was produced by Mr. Roots. So we have a project that we're actually
So
going
you're
to
going
be
back there,
releasing. Yeah. Roots has been my day one producer.
Okay.
Like when nobody wanted to work with me at all, Roots was one of the first people to say, "Hey, listen, boss, we will do something."
Right.
And every year Roots will send me something. Hey, try this. Roots, how much, man? Listen, you don't worry yourself. When you get big, we will deal what we had to deal and sort me out just how you want to sort me out. He's never asked for like, hey, I want 100% of this. I want 70% of this. He said, listen, we will work out what we need to work out.
Just get it done.
Let's get it done.
Excellent.
And I must say I have to big up Roots for that. Roots has been very, 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 I don't even know how to explain.
It's always great to have a good working relationship with a producer who has your same state of mind or what you want to do and what you want to put out. It's always good to have that.
Yeah, most definitely. So big up to Roots, and I know Papi listening, so big up to you, Papi. Papi.
Any collaborations?
Possibly. I'm not 100% sure. I know after the carnival season we have two records to drop, one featuring Charlie Blacks and another featuring King Bubba. So we're looking at a couple of things, and the one with King Bubba was produced by Ricky Blaze.
Right.
So we have things that we are planning for, and it's just right now to execute the plans.
So what are you doing right now? Are you pumping hard? Are you in the studio? Relaxing? Because after all that for 2015, normally people try to start a plan one time, but there will be intervals where you'll get to chill. What do you do in your chill time?
At this point in time, I can tell you after this week, I am going to go home to Orlando and spend some time with my kiddies.
Yeah.
I this year especially, I really haven't gotten a chance to. So that's what I'm going to be doing on my off time this rounds. But we're in the studio. We came down this week to do what we call the professional promo tour.
Right.
And beyond that, we just I went to the studio last night before with Class. I was in the studio with Blacks last night. Then what else? And we're just doing the rounds, touching the Metro magazine, the media, different media houses. And next week we go home, and then on Saturday of next week we go to Toronto.
Time to pump again. Yeah, that's how it is.
Yeah, but God is good. I'm not complaining.
No, you're not complaining.
Of course you can.
Yeah.
I remember we went to London, and I literally got off. I went to Boston on the Friday and jumped on a plane Friday morning and went straight to London and had to go straight to the show, and I was on stage there, autopilot, yeah. But God is good. As
but
I
it's
said.
a blessing.
Yes.
You'd rather do that than be home.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so,
boy, I wish I was in London.
Seeing all the Instagram pictures, you're grinding.
Yeah.
Great. All right, well, Ricardo, I think we have a song lined up from him.
Yeah,
you want to introduce it?
We're going to do professional.
Of course. Well, of course, everybody in Trinidad and Tobago right now that's locked on to 96.1 We FM. This is your boy Ricardo Drue, and this is my new tune, Professional.
Nice. Professional.
Yes.
Loving it. Yeah.
Well, as Caribbean people,
of course,
we are the most professional when it comes to are partaking alcohol, fetting, everything, you know what I mean? So we could deal with our things professionally.
You can definitely relate to that. Well, earlier on we talked about social media.
That's right.
So we want to find out how can we get connected with you?
It's very easy. Anybody that wants to reach out to me, check me out. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, keyword @itsdrue. ITSDRUE. Simple. Not DREW, guys.
Yeah.
ITSDRUE. And of course, I must say the big up to my first family.
Yes.
The Roy Cape All Stars.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean? If it wasn't for them, Vagabond would have never been Vagabond.
Right.
You know, big up to Drew Say, Ricardo, go and try something different. Big up to Papi for giving me the foundation.
Yeah.
Big up to Black Sir giving me the advice. You know, big up to everybody, man. Big up to everybody. And of course, big up to this station for supporting it.
And also management is ready to connect you.
Yeah. I've been saying we since I walked in the room. So.
That's true. You can't lie about that. You can't lie about that.
You understand it, man.
Yeah. So if anybody wants you for bookings, who do they need to contact?
Boy, that is a good question. You could I wonder if can I give out the number online? It will be, you can hit me up on It's Drue Music. ITSDRUEMUSIC @gmail.com. Also the young lady that's dealing with my bookings this year is Atia. You know, and we will definitely make sure we put out all that information on the social media as well.
Yes.
You know, so big up the entire team, big up Atia, big up Perry, big up the entire team, a whole team.
All right. Thanks, Ricardo, for passing through with us.
Of course.
Continued success. You know, it's a family here.
Yes,
pass through whenever you're ready.
Anytime.
That's how it is.
And drop gifts.
Yeah, of course. You know, well, that's what we're trying to do. We trying to bribe all, you know.
I can't say bribe on the game. Can't say bribe.
All right.
Well, all the best, Ricardo.
Thank
and
you
thanks
very
to the
much.
management, too, for passing through.
Thank you very much for
all the
having me.
best.
Of course.
All right.
You too.